GDSD base to Flaccid Snake. Can you hear me, Snake?
This is Snake. I'm here, Colonel.
Snake, thank God. We were worried about you.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yes, what is your location?
I'm currently hiding in a box. The enemy is currently on high alert. I cannot stay here for long. I need to find a toilet ASAP. Do you have any intel?
No, but you should be. I need to update you on the following. Have you heard of the X-Men movies?
Yes. A very successful film series. But what does this have to do with the mission?
Snake, this is very important exposition. Now, the X-Men movies are all connected by a big time paradox. X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men The Last Stand, First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. They are all part of the same story.
What do you mean?
Well, the events of each movie are connected in a way that keeps creating a time paradox. Take The Last Stand, for example. Jean Grey was killed by Wolverine, but in Days of Future Past, she is brought back to life at the end of the movie. And by Dark Phoenix, she's fucking dead long before she died in the first place. The timeline is constantly shifting. It's basically all that wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bollocks that the 10th Doctor keeps going on about.
Colonel, that's all very intriguing. But what does this have to do with the mission to stop Metal Gear?
Don't finish that line, Snake. Konami could be listening to this channel.
But why do I need to know all that information?
In case we have anyone listening into this broadcast.
Why would someone...
Snake, what's wrong?
My bowels. I need to get to a toilet fast.
Will that compromise your position?
Too late. Oh, no. I thought it'd go puffy puff, not squelchy squelch.
Quel est cette idée?
Look, Cuthbert, viande fresh!
Obtiens-moi le Viagra, mon penis est très petit.
Snake, Snake, Snake!
Juste vu Athènes, garçon, je vais écouter petit fallu.
This will be a lovely tea party.
Pourquoi tu n'y m'as disposé mes arts?
Good day to you, audiophiles, and welcome to the Geeky Dad Strike Back, Season 2, Chapter 8, the Wolverine Trilogy. I'm your host, Ian Duffy, joined this week by Flaccid Snake himself, Mike Shelshear.
Sneakity snake, motherfucker.
The very sad Frenchman, Craig.
Oui, oui.
And Chris Moss.
Bonjour!
How is everybody doing? Can we just say before we start, we have made it with over as of last week.
Woohoo!
Sound? Cuckoo?
Thank you to whoever that is who downloaded them. It was probably
Yes, well done.
I still think
Yes,
it's
thank
just
you.
Jed.
You think?
Yeah, he just downloads them thousands of times.
I think they do. I think they do actually do be unique listens, so I think we're all right on that.
Like if people
think they do
actually
measure it
contacted us, we will give them shout outs as well. Like because
So you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. A little bit of an update. I know on my socials, Tommy was staying with me last week, so I took him to see the new Super Mario Brothers movie. But I did I've told you all about this, but I did have a caveat to actually taking him, and that was that he had to watch the original Super Mario Brothers movie before I would take him.
and I said I would call child services.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's disgusting.
And when I told Tommy this, he cried. I'm not kidding. He cried for probably 20 minutes straight.
I don't blame him.
I don't want to watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. Ezra was quite open to it, so I put it on for Ezra the morning we went to go and watch it, and Tommy was quite hooked then. But anyway, so we went to the cinema, went to a real cinema in Widnes, and you know what? I'm not going to lie, I fell asleep halfway through, and I probably missed half the film. And what I did watch of it, I enjoyed.
I never
will
thought
say
of that. That's quite clever.
Sleeping
Apparently,
sleeping through the
it's
film.
definitely for kids, but I've not seen it yet, so I'll make.
It is
when
definitely
I
for
stream it.
kids. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like I said, the story was a bit, but I enjoyed it for what it was, for the
To be
fandom and
fair,
stuff
though,
like
as
that.
long as it keeps kids entertained while they're watching it, I don't really care.
Yeah,
Like, because it's hard to make a film for kids that will actually keep them gripped on the screen, and whether it doesn't keep adults gripped on the screen, that doesn't matter so much.
the thing is, though, as well, it's made loads of money because of what it is now as well, and
I
a
mean,
lot of
if you
people
slap the Mario name on anything, it was going to get a ton of money anyway, wasn't it?
But like I said, there's a lot of critics who don't like it because it's not got enough political agenda in it.
Which critic has said this?
Stupid.
Oh, there's loads of them. Like if you look at the on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that.
Like Italian, like freaking actors playing them and stuff.
Well, not just that though, but like there's no anyone from the LGBTQ and stuff like that or something in it, or like it's just definitely like
No, come on. We all know Luigi's definitely gay. We know he's with Daisy, but he fancies Toad.
probably yeah. And one of them, I was watching one of the critics, or
Daisy used to be called Daryl anyway.
Like one of the critics saying, since when has Mario ever been a cat? Is this for more of the Asian people because Asian people like cats and stuff like that?
Mario
It's
3D
literally
And it's like,
in the game.
I know, and it's like, how are these people critics? And it's like, fucking hell, like how the hell are you a critic and you don't know anything about fucking Mario and you're having to go at like, why is he a cat?
I mean,
And it's like,
I'd say that the film, I mean, I have not seen it, but from what I've seen, it's probably more based on Mario 3D World than anything else and Bowser's Fury.
yeah, it is a lot like that. But like I said, it does, like for the fandom, it is spot on. Like you have everything down to the running, everything and stuff like that, the way he runs with the arms out to the side and everything. And
The little fast run.
yeah, it's just like that. It's all down to the T. It's spot on.
Yeah, but that's great and all. But as a film, it's pants.
Yeah, like I said, it's not the best story, but
It's not a story at all.
It's just a bit. It's a bunch of scenes put together.
The thing is, though, like that's what I mean. But what story? What else could you do from Mario? Really, it's Bowser comes in. He keeps.
I would literally have been happier if they'd have took the story from the first Super Mario film and just animated it. I'd have been happier with that. With that abomination.
They could have took the story from Mario RPG.
Yeah, they could have took any story.
What you said? No, Mario RPG's ace.
I didn't say that.
No, I said no.
I thought Ian went no.
I did say no.
Silly.
I know. I like the Easter egg. The track was actually quite good as well.
Yes, but you could do that in a Super Mario annual if you really wanted to. We went to see it and we got there and we were going to watch it on the 4DX moving chairs and what have you at Broughton Cineworld. And
sure.
I am glad that it was too booked for us to see it on because I did not want to pay money for it.
So, like, what happened?
Like, or more than usual, anyway.
The fire flowers, like, hit you. Do you get set on fire?
Yes, that's correct.
I said there's you have everything in it, from the small mushroom to the big mushroom to the bloody ice flower to the fire flower to the. Is it Tanuki? Is it a Tanuki one?
Tanuki suit.
Tanuki suit to the cat suit, like I said, and then obviously they have the Power Star.
The amount of people, the Tanuki suit just sort of like brought back a core memory for me. Is like the amount of people that didn't know that you could press down and B and turn to stone with the Tanuki suit.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well, I
not,
didn't know
not
that.
think it hurt you when you had it.
I mean, I stayed for the Easter eggs as well.
Did you say you still got?
So I think there was a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. I was hoping that would like maybe get a tease of like a Super Mario, like somebody like contacting Mario to join the Smash Brothers initiative, but it never happened.
I think it's just set up so that it can just spawn a Nintendo verse, as they say. So it's just gonna, like I said, Donkey Kong's gonna get a spin-off from it. You know that definitely.
I'd love to see a Luigi's Mansion spin-off. I think
that's definitely gonna happen.
Charlie Day isn't. Yeah, I'd pay that.
Yeah, I mean, Luigi's Mansion's easy. It's easy
Yeah.
to make into a film. So that'd be,
that's definitely gonna happen.
Tell you what, you know what they should have done. Now, Craig might not remember this, and Chris and Mike might not, but I do remember this. You know what they should have done, really? They should have done Captain N, the Game Master, and just base the universe around that.
Around what?
Captain N, the Games Master.
Oh yeah, I do remember Captain N now. Shit.
Yeah, it was like a boy sucked in from the real world, and he was like, oh. And
Did you say you had to do levels and stuff like that, or like a secret?
So there was different kingdoms. So like, think they had Link was in. I think Link was in it. Don't think they ever had Mario in it. They had Mega Man. They had Simon Belmont, and like the villains were was Mother Brain from Metroid.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I think you've just unlocked a core memory.
I remember because he always used to fancy the.
I can remember little tiny bits.
You should have really started with Captain N and then like had all the characters and then just made like a big. Oh no, I'm sticking with that. Yeah, you should have done a Captain N movie first. Props to anybody who actually remembers Captain N as well. Have they been watching anything over the past 2 weeks? Have you last sat down and recorded?
I watched, and I'm glad I didn't. As Chris saying, he didn't pay for the. Was it the 4? Whatever experience that you would have got for Mario. I'm glad I didn't pay to go watch Shazam Fury of the Gods at the cinema because that was utter garbage.
Was it? Yeah, I've heard it's a bit pants.
I've seen it as well, and it's not great.
I was like, there's so much you can do with Shazam as well, like to make it good. It's just, it's crap.
It's a little bit fun, but it's not. There's not much of a story to it. No, I watched Cocaine Bear again. I wouldn't call.
I watched Cocaine Bear.
I honestly, for the first maybe 30 minutes, it's fun, but for the rest of the film, it's like, yeah, we get the joke now.
I liked it. I found it entertaining. It's shocked. I completely didn't realize that was the lad who played Han Solo playing like the main character.
Yeah, I just found it just sort of like the novelty wore off very quickly, and it's. I mean, it's not even. They're like this. They're trying to say that it's based on a true story. It's not. They found a bear in the woods dead that had been snorting cocaine because someone had dropped it. It's very loosely based on it. It didn't kill anybody. They just found it dead.
Well, it's just probably making up its imaginary adventures.
It's just Hollywood, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I mean, they took it to a bit of an extreme with that.
Yeah,
I suppose it would have been a bit boring if the film just started and they were like, "Oh, we found a bear in the woods and it had loads of cocaine. It's dead." Credits.
Post-credit scene. Offspring. Revenge of the Offspring.
Say post-credit scene. It's just being stuffed.
It's on the floor, spread out like a rug.
To cut it open to try and get
the cartel.
So, yeah, you know, they got Smokey Bear in America. Did we call that one Snorty?
I think so.
Nice. Okay. Well, I've been watching, I think I've been talking about this a few times now. Star Trek Picard. It's probably the best Trek I've seen in years. We're currently on episode 9. It's the last episode in 2 days' time as of recording. So by the time this is out, it'll already been launched. And wow, all I can say is it's just anybody who's a fan of The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, maybe even Voyager, I've just implore you to just watch this show. It is just one of the most beautifully.
I think I've said it before, like not being funny. Like I think I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes and I was bloody gripped. And then I don't know. I'm not a massive Star Trek fan, but I thought it was bloody good. And so I need to go back and watch it because even as not a Star Trek fan, I was enjoying it.
Yeah, and anybody who just has that nostalgia for that Next Generation series, you will not be disappointed. I mean, there's so many cameos in it. I'm not going to give away who's in it, and just the ending of the last episode, the penultimate episode, just I'm not going to lie, I teared up. Not from because it was hit, it's just the nostalgia and just the writings. Like there was the second episode where some of the dialogue between Captain Picard and Dr. Crusher, and there was no words spoken. It was just looks, and he communicates by looks, and it's probably some of the best acting I've seen in a long time. I think maybe I might be even over exaggerating, but it's just a beautifully written scene. The man who's running it, Terry Matalas, he deserves a Star Trek show, and there's currently a movement for to be given a Star Trek Legacy series. I implore anybody to look up the petition and sign it. So that's me anyway. Anybody else want to add anything before we move on?
Sorry, go on.
Go on.
Was it Chris? Go on then. I've just finished watching The Last of Us.
I've not finished last episode, so not going too much into it.
Oh no, I'm not going to get into it too much. To be honest with you, I watched the first episode ages ago, and I was like, I don't really like it. And then I gave it another chance to watch the second episode, and then all of a sudden I'd finished the whole series, and I was like, oh, it is quite good. I've never played the game, so I didn't really know what I was going into. So
I started the game and couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I tried to play it the first half an hour and I just bored very quickly. But yeah, I'd definitely give the series a watch. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah, Chris, what about you? What was you about to say?
I've been, and I'm not embarrassed in size because it's actually really, really good. I've been watching Grease: Rise of the Pink Ladies. And it's dead good, and I don't care.
Okay, well, I'm not going to comment on that, but
you should do. Comment on it because it's brilliant.
Okay, what's it about?
I imagine it's about Grease.
Yeah.
Pink Ladies.
Yeah. It's like a prequel to the film. So, and it's cool.
Is it a musical?
It is, but it's actually quite a good one. As opposed to not. So, yeah.
So it's not like Grease 2 then?
No, although that does have that song about reproduction in it. So, there's
Reproduction.
that. Yeah, that's the one.
Have we all been keeping up with Mandalorian?
No,
yeah,
I still haven't watched it.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's getting better now, but I've not been as gripped this season, I'll be honest.
No, I mean, some of the episodes, the last episode is pretty epic. I enjoyed there's spoilers, by the way, but also just a character. But I enjoyed the Jack Black episode, so not mega spoilers, but just a character.
Oh yeah, I knew Jack Black was in that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of people knew that he was coming into it, so I won't spoil it other than saying I thought it was a good episode. It
was a good side quest episode.
Yeah, it was more story than it, but it was nice that they followed up with a very action-packed episode straight afterwards, so that was good.
Yeah, definitely.
I started watching Bad Batch as well.
I haven't watched the new series. I think I'm about halfway through the first series of it.
I only started watching it at the very first, the first episode, but because I've got 6 months subscription to Disney Plus, so I was like, I'm going to try and use it as much as possible. So yeah, and it's really good.
Yeah, Bad Batch was. Have anybody seen the trailer for Ahsoka yet?
No.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, they're bringing a lot of cast members from, members of the cast from Star Wars Rebels. I mean, even Zeb from Star Wars Rebels is actually in The Mandalorian, the episode with the pirates.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've got Ewan McGregor's missus playing Harrison Dula in it, which is going to be lots of fun. The actor who played Thrawn in the Rebel series is coming to play him in live action as well. Mad Mikkelsen's brother, is it Lars Mikkelsen?
Yes. Maybe.
Did Chris just Googled it?
No, I didn't. I just said yes. Yeah, why not?
You just quickly Googled it. I was like, yes.
I was hoping from Star Wars Celebration. I was hoping for them to announce another series of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but sadly they didn't. So I'm quite sad about that.
Oh,
But yay! And Ezra from Rebels looks like he's going to be in the new Ahsoka series. That I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? As part of X-Men Month, we are now talking with we are on the third episode, and we're going to be talking about the Wolverine Trilogy now. Now these are spaced out between the separate X-Men films. You'd say agree with that, wouldn't you? So it started off with the X-Men Origins film Wolverine.
I'd agree with it because of the timeline fuck-ups, yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't get me talking about fucking time paradoxes. No, I felt like Charlie Day out of that meme where he just like he's got all those things pinned across the wall. You know what I mean?
I think so, yeah.
That's me trying to explain the X-Men movies to people. But yes, this one was released in 2009. I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of the plot. So, seeking solace from his dark past, Logan, played by Hugh Jackman, better known as Wolverine, seems to have found love and contentment with Kayla Silverfox. Logan's peaceful existence is shattered when Victor Creed, now played by Liev Schreiber, his vicious brother, brutally murders Kayla. Logan's thirst for revenge propels him into the Weapon X program, where he undergoes a painful procedure to bond his bones with adamantium, making him virtually indestructible and more than a match for Victor. I remember being really pumped to see this film. What was everybody else's thoughts when this film came out?
I don't know. I don't remember like the lead up to it really, sort of thing. So
I do.
I was just aware of it, if you see what I mean.
I
was looking forward to it, and then I watched it.
I remember watching
Yeah.
it, and like one of my mates had it, and I think he had like he had like a pre-release of it. He worked for
a work print.
Yeah, he worked for Blockbuster, so because I think it came out around about like Blockbuster's end, so I think it might have been then. But yeah, and they used to get like pre-releases, didn't they, that they could watch before it came out, like out in the shop for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I used to work at Blockbuster. You get the films a week before they came out.
Yeah, that was about it. And so I think I watched it there, and if I remember, I think I fell asleep. So
really?
Yeah, I've watched it again today, and I'll give my views on it a bit later. What I think.
What I don't get is like how you've basically got how many movies before Origins was he in? Was it about 4?
3.
3. Well, how you can do 3 movies where they've done his claws, brilliant, and then they do the worst claw scene ever where he pulls them out in front of the mirror.
They're almost shaking, aren't they? They're literally
it's like how the fuck can you mess it up that bad when you've done 3 movies beforehand where they're perfect? It's like
if you watch that scene, it literally looks like somebody's gone literally like rotoscope them on, like literally frame by frame, because there's just juddering everywhere.
Yeah. Like I said, I like it was again. It's they put a load of mutants in it that I liked, but they messed most of them up. Like what they did with Gambit was just horrendous. Like, it's just like with who?
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Just
that was just
that movie.
Yeah.
Deadpool doesn't exist in that movie. You should just
no.
As Ryan Reynolds did in Deadpool 2, he shot him and he's gone. He's not even.
Exactly.
He doesn't exist.
It's like his name is literally the Merc with the mouth.
Yeah.
So they sewed it shut. It's like.
Isn't he called Weapon 11 or something like that? They call them in it.
It's called Dickhole for all I care.
Yeah, there's something different in it, but
just no.
Watching a lot of the mutants in it.
Well, you do know there's actually an Easter egg for the that Deadpool from Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins Wolverine in the first Deadpool movie as well. He's like when he's going through his collection of things, he's actually got an action figure of the Deadpool from that film.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I know which bit you mean. It's like in the second one. I'll say that later.
Yeah. I remember the first trailer came out because it was at my parents' house on New Year's Day. I think we was watching the Daniel Craig film. Watching some. Anyway, they had I think they had a smart TV for the first time, so I put YouTube on. I thought, I'll put the X-Men trailer on, the new X-Men, the Wolverine trailer, and I just remember my mum, she was still pissed from the night before because it was New Year's Day, and she just went, "Oh, Hugh Jackman." She sounded visibly quite, she sounded verbally quite, I don't put this, aroused, and it's probably the most uncomfortable 2 minutes of my life while my mum was physically
uncomfortable for you to say.
Sorry,
PTSD from it. I think that's probably what put me off watching the film. I was constantly having flashbacks. My mum basically just going, Hugh Jackman.
To be fair, I think a lot of women fancied Hugh Jackman at that point. So
a lot of men fancy him. I mean,
I'm not surprised.
I think
the shape he got into for the movie though was ridiculous. That bit where he comes out, he pops out the tank and he moves his arms sideways with the claws. He is ripped, isn't it?
But he did like the dehydration thing, didn't he? And he wouldn't drink any water for 24 hours before shooting. So literally all his muscles were on show.
That's what what's his name? Henry Cavill does for The Witcher. He says when he knows he has to be topless, he does that for the scenes. He says, like I said, he don't drink and so they dehydrate. And
it's a massive thing in bodybuilding competitions. Because literally all your muscles just are pronounced because there's literally no water in your body. Don't try that at home, kids.
Yeah,
no, definitely not.
But no, I think they've messed up with the age of some of the mutants as well. They
always mess up with the ages.
Yeah, because obviously you got that scene with Emma Frost where she turns to diamond and she stops the bullets. In that, she's clearly a teenager, and what's his name? Scott Summers is in it too, and you can see he's clearly a teenager. But in First Class, she's an adult
in the 60s.
Yeah. So,
time paradox.
That's what I mean. It's like you said, it's a paradox. Timey-wimey.
It's all a paradox. Yeah, I was going to point that out, that they've got a young teenage Emma Frost in this, but she was in the next film after, First Class.
First Class.
He's clearly alive and well and in the 1960s as a grown woman.
Yep.
Yeah. And obviously Scott Summers is there. Looks like it's the 90s. And even in the X-Men Apocalypse, it's the 80s. And he's at the school now. Yet again, a time paradox. Even by the 90s at the beginning of that film, he looks like Patrick Stewart. But in...
And Patrick Stewart's in it.
Dark Phoenix, which is set in the 90s, he looks more like James McAvoy. Yet again, time paradox. People not aging.
Oh, wow. But yeah, that's what I think. I did like Sabretooth in it, though. I was quite happy with Sabretooth.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that it was such a big difference from the original X-Men movie, where it was more of a savage, feral Sabretooth. Whereas in this film, it was more like
it's Liv Schreiber with fangs.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's just basically opposite Wolverine.
Yeah.
Sharp nails
I
instead of.
thought that watching it is just like alter ego Wolverine.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
And then obviously you've got the Blob in this one, and then the Blob was in X-Men Apocalypse as well.
Yeah,
yes.
With only a quick cameo,
of him.
Which he wasn't in that many. I mean, I was surprised he didn't bring him into any of the films. He's only had small parts, and he was played by Kevin Durant, who's been in lots of things, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Funnily enough, I've just been reading on Wikipedia that so Kevin
that is funny.
Dukes, Fred Dukes, the Blob,
That'll
but
be
David
accurate.
Harbour from Stranger Things auditioned for the role, but was turned down for being too fat at the time.
Nice.
I like the way you said David Harbour from Stranger Things. Come on, David Harbour, Hellboy.
I'll be honest with you. I prefer Ron Perlman. I prefer Ron Perlman. He is the quintessential Hellboy.
I like David Harbour doing it.
I like David Harbour, but
they're doing a new one as well now, ain't they? They're going to reboot it.
I'm surprised.
They're going to reboot it.
Another one.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've only seen. Oh no, I saw the first one, and then I think I saw the second one once, and I just haven't kept up with it.
I did like the Ron Perlman one as well. Like I think both of them did it really well.
Soundtrack is brilliant as well. The first one.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But that's a different film, and maybe we'll talk.
Different film. We'll cover that. We'll cover that on a later episode, no doubt. Did anybody ever play this game did actually get a video game adaptation. Did anybody play it? Because I know I did. I think it's called.
I played it on the PS2 and I forgot all about it until you literally just mentioned it.
Fighting game?
No, it's
Wolverine.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was like an open world sort of thing, but it's in like a little sandbox map sort of thing, but you've got to kind of wander around and do whatever. So
the Wolverine game based on the movie was brilliant though.
Yeah.
There was 2 Wolverine games out. I think the one that you're on about for the PlayStation 2 was crap. But then they brought the one out which was 18 and it was fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Mark Hamill played Wolverine in the PS2 game. That was released for X-Men 2 when that came out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman did the voice for the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, that one was brilliant. The opening scene to that was just amazing as well.
The only X-Men game I've ever played is the fighting game. And that was it Street Fighter versus X-Men?
Or Marvel versus Capcom?
Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom, probably. Yeah. I beat that game. We talked about that actually on the arcade things.
We did.
Yeah.
Cracking
game.
Remember that.
Shows how good my memory is.
Actually, I think I got that game. It was only like probably in the last 10 years I played it, and I was gripped by it. I thought it was just absolutely brilliant. And you could decapitate people with his claws. It was amazing.
It certainly was. I like how it went back in 2 as well. It went back before he loses his memory, and then after he gets his finger claws as well as adamantium claws. So it kept like going back in 2.
I had that, didn't I? So that film came out, and I know it did get a lot of backlash. So it then brought us on to the Wolverine.
Okay. First thing I'll say about the Wolverine before you while you look up what you're going to say is, I just found it to be like a good film, but it's basically just a kung fu film.
Yeah. And
Wolverine Japan.
For a movie with mutants as well, there's hardly any fucking mutants in it.
Yeah, it's basically, it might as well just be a kung fu film with Wolverine in.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll just read you the plot synopsis for this one. Lord to Japan he hasn't seen since World War II, century-old mutant Wolverine finds himself in a shadowy realm of Yakuza and samurai. Wolverine is pushed to his physical and emotional brink when he is forced to go on the run with a powerful industrialist daughter, and is confronted for the first time with the prospect of death. As he struggles to rediscover the hero within himself, he must grapple with the powerful foes and the ghosts of his haunted past. Now, I think coming into this one, this is clearly based straight after, in a few years after X-Men: The Last Stand, because he's living in the woods wild as a hermit. He's broken from when from the last film where he's killed Jean, and he's seeing her, isn't he? He's getting flashbacks. He's speaking to her, and he's in a really bad place.
Oh,
yeah. Obviously, he makes friends with a bear, and the bear gets shot with a poison arrow, and he goes into town.
Slams the arrow into the guy's hand.
What?
He slams the arrow that he took out of the bear into the guy's hand.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so he tells him about using poison arrows.
He's
and
like,
the guy's like, I don't use poison arrows. He's got nothing to worry about then.
So ask me where I pulled that from. Where'd you pull it from? I'm glad you asked. He's just, but here's another one for you for the paradox and that. When he loses his memory, everything from the past after he gets his claws, doesn't he? But after he gets his elementary claws.
After he gets shot.
Yeah.
He loses memory anything after he gets shot.
So it's basically, so he doesn't remember anything or anyone after he gets his elemental body, basically. So what I want to know is, how does he remember the Japanese guy? Because because he met him when he had his bone claws before it all happened.
I got this. So let's go to other fucking time paradox, where he bumps into Jean Grey in X-Men Apocalypse, and she gives him some of his memories back.
In X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean where she taps him on the... But that wasn't a memory. Wasn't that just to calm him down? It was to give him some peace.
I thought she said she gave him some of his memories back. I might be wrong. Listen,
I can't remember. It's been a while. I can't remember what you... I think it was something just to calm him down a bit. I'm not sure.
It's to give him some peas.
Peas. Oh.
Peas.
That's why.
It's basically because, Wolverines like peas and carrots.
Yeah.
And, like... I don't think they did justice to an awesome character, which is Silver Samurai.
Oh yeah, it was absolute bullshit.
Like I said, they just mocked him. Like my mate Dre, like he said, it's one of his favorite mutant characters, and like he said, he just think that they did it, just butchered him. And like I said, was it four mutants altogether? You got Wolverine, you got the one with the red hair, then you've got the poison woman, and well, not even the Silver Samurai, because it's really just that Japanese man inside it, ain't it? So what? 3 mutants in the whole fucking movie?
No, you get 2 at the end.
Oh yeah, the cameos.
To be fair though, it wasn't actually an X-Men film.
No,
it was Wolverine.
True, yeah, I suppose you see it that way. Yeah, you can see it like
and
that.
You also have ninjas.
True.
I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was
looking like a porcupine.
I just really enjoyed the fact that it was just like, I suppose I really like kung fu films, so it definitely struck a chord with me.
Yeah. But I thought it was a massive improvement on the original. The opening scene with the Hiroshima bomb was actually really good. Really cool. The fight on top of the bullet train was superb.
Yeah, like the bit where he jumps and he pulls his claws out and he's just firing backwards, and you're like, this guy's gonna get fucked up, and he just goes pinging off into the background.
Mm-hmm. And what was it? The other bit with the girl's fiance, where he throws him off the building, he throws him into the pool. So how do you know there was a pool there? So I didn't.
Did you say it was Hiroshima, that one?
I think it was Hiroshima. It could have been Nagasaki.
It's Nagasaki. I'm just checking there now because.
Is it? I thought it was
checked by Craig.
Hiroshima was the first one that was dropped. Nagasaki was the second, because he knew what was coming. So obviously, dropped the first one, and then because he was like, "That's he says to him, you know what they're dropping. That's basically, you know what that carrier is or something. He's like, you're better off down there in the well. So yeah, that was Nagasaki. That.
Random fact: there was actually a guy who was in Hiroshima when they dropped the first bomb, and he survived it. Got a train to to safety to Nagasaki, where they then dropped the second bomb. So, so it sucks to be him. Although I think he survived both, actually. So
I can say who told the story.
Yeah, I think he survived both. So well done.
Yeah, good on it.
Well
done. Well done, Guy.
Well done. You know what he did? He did an Indiana Jones and got in the fridge.
Yeah.
One.
Well done, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy, pal.
But yeah, no, it is a good movie. It's not too bad. But like I say, I just when I think of Wolverine and stuff like the mutants, I just want more mutants in the movies. But as you said, it is just like a Wolverine movie. You can just you just want mutants. But like I can understand what you're saying though. Like I said, it is like just a Wolverine movie, and it's just him fighting.
Oh, it's going to be
people.
Logan then.
Yeah, although Logan was done properly though, so.
Well, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
What else could I say? You know what bit I did like when he got his part of his claws chopped off and the bone claws came back out.
Yeah,
you could see the pain, and he acted that out really well. You could see the pain on his face as he was like.
Well done, huge.
Yeah, well done.
Huge Ackman.
Yeah, but what makes me laugh though, Days of Future Past come out after that. So how did he get his claws back in? Because his claws are back in it in Days of Future Past.
Okay, here we go. Yes, but it was set like many years in the future. You could have had the adamantium grafted back on.
I don't know. Do you really think he would have wanted to do that? But he could have.
Because it kind of all fucked up in Deadpool as well. So time lapse.
We also talk about.
Because, I'm going to see the person. Which one, McAvoy or Stewart? The timelines are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the deleted scene as well from the Wolverine?
Is that the one where he opens the case and it's got his mask in and the gloves?
It's got the classic Wolverine mask, and how I'm really upset that we've been robbed of never ever seeing that outfit in any of the films.
You never know.
We never know.
Deadpool 3, so you never know.
To be fair, if he turns up in Deadpool 3 in spandex, I'm going to be impressed.
But you know what, Ryan Reynolds is going to want to have him do something daft and put him in something like that.
They even referenced that in one of the earlier films, didn't they? When they were like, when he was complaining about the suit, it
was the first one. What would you do?
Cyclops was like, "What did you expect? Yellow spandex?"
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can
I was just thinking that
Ryan Reynolds will make him do that.
Yeah, he's gonna have something in it.
I'll have you in my film on one condition.
You wear the outfit. Okay, so let's move on to Logan.
Awesome.
Let me just get the
credits.
Yeah.
So, in the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart, at a remote outpost on the Mexican border. His plans to hide from the outside world gets upended when he meets a young mutant who's very much like him. Logan must now protect the girl and battle the dark forces that want to capture her. Go on, I'll let you all talk about this.
I just said awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
It was good.
Oh, wait. I want to hear what Chris has got to say because he doesn't sound so impressed.
No, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Sorry.
The nice amount of violence and everything.
Yeah,
it's what a Wolverine movie should have been. Like I said, obviously it did have the mutants in it and not as it had all the kid mutants in it, but like even if they weren't all in it and there wasn't that many, it was just brilliant for a Wolverine movie just be tearing everyone apart. That's how a Wolverine movie should be.
It was dark and grisly.
Yeah.
It was like, it was depressing. Fucking hell. Like it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Like I said, the only thing I probably would have done is if it wasn't done where he's old and like because obviously he's battered in, he's dying because of the metal in his body that's poison and stuff like that.
To do it like that because
otherwise
it could fuck up any other timelines. I mean,
I know, but I probably would just like a Logan movie at Wolverine where it is just pure guts and gore where he's healthy and going around and slashing everyone.
I think we will get that with Deadpool 3.
I know.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Yeah,
it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be an R-rated movie. Yeah, Deadpool 3.
Oh
yeah.
I'd probably say I'd agree with the sentiment that it was a grim, sad film. Brilliant film.
It was very well done.
I mean, I was disappointed by the villains. I'm not going to lie. That's I think it's a problem with a lot of modern superhero films. Everything's great, but you just got shit villains.
The villains never seem to be strong enough.
Yeah.
Or powerful enough. It completely reminds me of fucking Thanos. Like how easy Thanos was taken down. Like yeah. Comics, and that's not how he goes down.
The only person who goes down on the comics is death.
Yeah.
Deep cut there, kids. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always just thought, especially at the end of X-Men Apocalypse, was they teasing that the villain for maybe the Logan film was eventually going to be, Mr. Sinister, Essex Corp taking Wolverine's blood. Is it just me, or did you just change the storyline?
I don't know if that was teased for Logan. Though, that's the only
Yeah.
problem. I think that was teased just to be another X-Men movie. But who was it now? What was it? That's it. The where Logan's clone picks him up and throws him on that log, and it goes right through him. That's what I was going to say before, where you said the action figure, what Deadpool uses. In the second one, the opening where it's got Logan on the thing, you only press it, it's like a musical top of him spinning around on it. I love that.
Battle up, yes, Air Supply.
Have you seen?
I love the fact that with Ryan Reynolds, you know, like when he does a film, and I know we're going off topic a little bit, but he's gonna point out every little flaw and make sure everything's correct because he's so into the universe himself.
Yeah.
Have you seen the? I think it's fan made. I don't think Ryan Reynolds did it. It's like it wasn't long after Logan come out. It's a couple of months after it come out, and that it's Deadpool walking through the forest with a metal detector, and obviously it gets over Logan and it goes do beeps, and that green.
I think Ryan Reynolds did that.
That green liquid. That's what's it called that they use in the movie to help him heal a bit. He pulls like a ton of that out, like a big needle, and then he has a piece of paper in his hand which has got Deadpool, Wolverine equals a shitload of cash. Basically, throws the sticks away and digs it into the floor, and then it just ends. So
I'm not sure.
That's how they got to start Deadpool.
I'm just looking it up now. I'm just looking it up now. I'm sure that's right.
Let's have a look.
It might be fan made. I'm not. I found it. I don't know whether it's fan made or not. Was it? I think Ryan Reynolds done it. I done it as an a thingy for Deadpool 2, like a teaser for Deadpool 2.
Might have done.
I'm sure he did.
I've got the link here. Just put it up on the messenger.
Yeah. I'm fairly sure Ryan Reynolds released that as a teaser for Deadpool 2. It was done for a Comic-Con or something. If anyone's listening and actually knows the answers to this,
Nope. Yeah, I think it is actually because then it goes. I've just watched it here, and it goes Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
As he does it. So
fairly sure that it was Ryan Reynolds who released it, because I've just watched a bit of the video myself, and the suit is too good to be fan made.
True.
I'm just looking at it now. I'm just watching it now. I'm not too sure. I think it's the mask that's bothering me.
But it was the fact that it was a teaser. I'm sure it was a teaser, but anyway, I think we're getting a bit sidetracked. Look at the comments.
I've Drago. I can't tell. I really can't tell looking at it. But Wherever it is, if it's
It was fan made. No, it is. It's fan made.
Oh, is it?
It is fan made.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
But
Okay.
it
I know there's
sounds like
something you can
Ryan
do.
Reynolds in it. The one he's
Yeah,
I think-
so someone is like, a few people in the comments have said like about it being fan made, and like one comment says, "I can imagine this as an actual post-credit scene. If Ryan Reynolds saw this, if he has or hasn't already, he'd be impressed." Also,
Nice.
Curtis on sounding so close to him. So yeah, it was fan
Fair
made.
dues. Oh, very nice.
So shout out to whoever bloody made that, because you did really
Well
good job.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, bro, yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so we've reached the end of all the X-Men movies except for one, and I don't know if any of us have actually watched it.
Depends where it
There's
is.
one, I think, New Mutants. Has anybody watched that?
Yes.
Not yet. I still need to watch it.
No.
Woohoo,
watched the
I've
first, like,
seen
20
it.
I've watched the first
Excuse
20
me.
minutes.
Is it animated?
No.
No.
No, it's a live.
It's got Anya Taylor-Joy as Magic, who is one of my favourite mutants.
It's got
which doesn't quite do Magic justice, unfortunately.
It was
but-
meant to be like a horror version, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
it's a horror film, or
horror
kind
film.
of.
Yeah.
It's as close to a horror, like mutant film as they've got so far. Sort of
Yeah.
thing, so.
Yeah, it's got Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things in it. It's got Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones in it as well.
I didn't even know.
As Wolfbane.
Did anyone watch Legion as well?
No, I didn't actually.
I watched
No,
a
I've
couple.
not
I
watched
couldn't
it.
get into it.
I did want to.
I watched a couple episodes.
I'd
couldn't
actually
get into
forgotten
it.
about Legion.
I might have to give it another go.
Yeah. It's got Matthew from Downton Abbey in it.
None of us watched that, so we have no,
What, in
no
Legion?
idea what that is.
Yeah,
he plays the main character. So it's the only person about of us who actually watched New Mutants all the way through. What did you like it? Did you think it was any good?
I can't really say that it was amazing or anything like that. I've seen it once. I don't really feel the need to watch it again.
I've just looked at some of the screenshots from it. It looks low budget. But that doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
No, it was all right. I appreciate what they were trying to do with it and so on. Like I said, it's got some. I mean, I've read some of the New Mutants stuff. I am familiar with some of, or most of the mutants in it, sort of thing. So, and like I said, Magic's one of my favorite mutants anyway. So, yeah, it was all right. It was fun. I wouldn't go out of my way to go watch it or anything. I'm glad I didn't watch it in the cinema. We watched it on some sort of streaming service at the time. But yeah, it was all right. I'd check it out and give it a whirl. It can't be any worse than stuff like Dark Phoenix. So.
Yeah, nothing could be worse than Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, so yeah.
I'll give it a watch. And,
Yeah,
I mean,
give
it's
it a whirl.
released. Love by Looks Things was released in September 2020. So this when I think most of the country was still in lockdown. So I think being released during a pandemic when most of the cinemas were closed didn't help at all.
Oh God, I didn't even realise that.
It was also a victim of the Fox Disney merger as well. So it was one of the last films to be released under Fox's banner.
Under Fox, yeah. Well, this is the thing. With it being under Fox, you've got to kind of take that as, it is not up to kind of Marvel kind of.
Just before all
stuff.
that, didn't we have all the writer strikes as well?
Yeah, you did.
So
Not you personally.
No, but I can imagine that was a nightmare as well on top of that.
Mike sat there with his head in his hands. Where's my writer?
Hi.
It's Ian.
Yeah. Where the hell were you, Ian?
I was actually in September 2020. I was
On strike.
being a manager.
And having a cry wank in the toilets.
Pretty close though. Pretty close. Okay, so we've finally reached the end of the X-Men movies.
Phew.
That is
And we haven't lost anybody. We're all still here.
10 films. 10
Good God.
films.
Well, yeah, 10 films it is, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's
10
quite.
I don't know how many time paradoxes, several headaches, and several rages about just the constant fucking changes to the timeline.
To be fair, we could do the Deadpool movies as well.
I was thinking, should we do the Deadpool movies? But I thought, you know what, Deadpool.
I was about to say, well, I think we
wait
do
till
Deadpool
Deadpool
when the
yeah.
films, when Deadpool 3's
I
out.
think we're on board.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
But we've finally finished the X-Men movies. What are our thoughts on those films? Final thoughts.
I think it started strong, and then just got so bogged down under the weight of its own arse that it just collapsed. It just collapsed in on
it's
itself.
It's kind of like the beginning of each saga was good. So like X-Men 1 was good, and then like although 2 was better than the first one, and then X-Men 3 was crap, and then First Class was good. Days of Future Past was good, and then it just went down again for the third and the fourth one.
It was
Although,
very up
yeah,
and down.
like you said, it was up and downs. Like I said,
Yeah.
but like I said, it was.
I think at the time they were
tried
fine.
Yeah, they just
We
tried
didn't,
packing
we
too
didn't
much.
have a lot of comic book films at the time, so like,
No, exactly. We took what we could get.
Well, when did
Yeah,
First Class
I'd agree.
come out? No.
2000.
It's Uncle Dave's motto as well. I'll take what I can get.
Well, it's like a night in the chambers, isn't it? It's,
Yeah, well,
there's,
that's-
there's not a lot of choice, and you take what you can get.
Yeah. Uncle Dave, like he doesn't even wash his left hand. He's just got like
Gross.
tons of stamps all over his hand.
Oh god, I remember going to Chambers first time. I was 30. Obviously, yes, because I went out on the Friday night, got me
You were
tramp stamp.
30 the first time you went.
Yeah,
30.
yeah. I think you used to go into Runcorn all the time. I used to go into Project.
I literally can't even like say that. I think I was probably in my late 20s the first time I went, because I was like Ian. Nearly called him Duffy then. I was like
Deep.
Ian, and I went to Frodsham more than anything, so didn't really hang around the old town.
Oh.
It was the chav place,
Same.
wasn't it?
Yeah, we went after hockey.
I've never been out in bloody Runcorn.
Oh, you're lucky, aren't you?
Frodsham was more sort of like where there was a lot more sort of like variety of people.
Yeah.
More nerds.
Yeah. What I'd say is I agree with the sentiment that first X-Men film good, second X-Men film brilliant, third X-Men film shit, then X-Men First Class good, Days of Future Past brilliant, Apocalypse Dark Phoenix utter fucking bollocks. Wolverine films, I'd say that the first one was all right. Not really much to write home about. Wolverine, big improvement, great action scenes. Logan, just brilliant film. Yeah, so big shout out to Stephen Merchant, because didn't even because he was playing. I mean, he played Caliban. Now Caliban appeared in
Logan and Apocalypse.
In Apocalypse as a German, and then he was English by he suddenly changed like nationalities by bloody Logan. Just forgot that. That just reminded me then. But yeah, Caliban was just, and you see Stephen Merchant in a lot of comedies, so it was just quite jarring to see him playing like in such a dark superhero film as well.
He's got to
But right, well done now. So that's all the X-Men films covered. We've only got one more episode of X-Men months to go, and that is the 90s animated series.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch a couple of those episodes. Not watched it in a while.
God, I've not watched it in years. Is that what we're doing next?
Yeah.
That's
I can't even be mad because I'll sit there and watch freaking tons of that. So
yeah. So we'll be back. We'll be back in the last week of April with Chapter 9, the X-Men animated series. I've been Ian Duffy. I've been joined by Mike Shelshire.
Bye-bye.
Craig Edwards.
Hello and goodbye.
And Merry Christmas.
Au revoir.
Nice.
Fuck.
It's
anybody
French,
want to make it
Philistine.
French, because of the French.
I don't know. I studied German.
So, you still know it's French, you Philistine.
That didn't sound like au revoir to me. Sound like Ivar.
No, I got it. I understood it.
Ivar. Yes, it sounded like Ivar. Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
You want to say Ivan to suck your blood?
No, that's Romanian.
That's racist.
How is it racist? Dracula's from Romania.
Speaking of Dracula, have you seen that trailer for that Renfield?
Yeah, that
I
looks
wanna
cool.
watch it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That looks absolute
It's
bollocks.
out now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
till it's.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the dog's
I like-
bollocks.
I think it looks like one of those daft. Like I was saying last, I love like daft, silly movies
So do
like that.
I. Like, I
Speaking
think
of daft silly movies, I watched the
think it's
Nicolas
coming off
Cage
the
and
back of
Pedro
what did
Pascal film.
Oh, I have watched it.
The unbearable.
Unbearable weight of massive talent.
That film was quite funny.
It's very funny. The
Yeah.
bit when they're on acid is absolutely fantastic. The bit where they're trying to get over the wall and stuff. Yeah, it's just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It was the what was it? It was the bit when he said once you go in that room and he builds up this room, you think that kidnapped girl's gonna be in there. That's not. It's just a really dodgy mannequin of.
Nick Cage.
Have you been watching
How much you
Demon
pay for
Slayer,
a
Chris?
No, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, I was gonna say the new season started.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
season
awesome.
3. I got a new anime tattoo as well last week, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, well, we'll say goodbye for now. We'll catch you next week when we're discussing the X-Men animated series. So it's goodbye from me.
It's
You already
goodbye
said
from
this.
them.
Bye-bye. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, right. Well, we'll all say goodbye
We
then.
did say goodbye. Yeah, but we carried on talking afterwards. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, right. So we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Geeky Dads Strike Back. Same shit, different name.
The Geeky Dads Strike Back is brought to you by Studio Grey School.